there, and welcome to the Performance Cafe. It's great to have you back with us again, and I think winter's finally arrived. But our topic today should hopefully warm up everyone's hearts and get everyone performing better. And I think I'm still on the kick of productive kindness, and I've been asked to maybe expand on it a bit, so it's going to be with us for a little while. I'm reading this very interesting book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I thought that this was such an interesting approach to take. In the book, he speaks about how he suffered some setbacks, and I'll leave you to find that out from the book, and how he actually, against all odds, sort of like healed himself and got his life back together by changing things, little things, itty-bitty little atomic things, little habits, one by one, until they formed a larger whole and he had turned around quite a bit of his life. And so I actually was listening to this, and I'm on a bit of a soul search around habits, because I think there's an interesting thing about it, because so much of our habits actually prove to be subconscious or now unconscious. I like the way that he puts it. He says you don't actually decide to do half of the things you do in a day. It's just part of your habit. It's part of your routine. You don't think about it. But the moment you were to think about it, you might actually review that and decide not to do it again. And so I'm on a bit of a spring clean of habits, so to speak. And I was listening to this book, and he basically explains how, and I agree, if you want to change something small, and then make another small change and make another small change, and eventually you'll get where you need to be. Where often we'll go, oh, I'm going to stop smoking entirely in a day, or I'm going to lose weight in the next month, where it's really not a reasonable expectation to have. And I was thinking about all the other things that we could change if we could change by 1 degree. So today I want to pick on the corporates. I love them dearly, we need them, but we know that sometimes some of our longest held beliefs, based on really, sort of like habits and traditions from the industrial era, they still sort of hang out in the corporates, right? We don't see much change happening there. And so I thought, isn't that an interesting idea? That instead of giving up and going, oh, they're useless, oh, they don't, oh, they won't, to say, in our own little sphere of influence, what can we change 1% in a large organization or corporate to bring in productive kindness? Because if everyone starts changing 1%, the thing about 1%, you try and be off course, just 1 degree, is over here at the beginning where you lose track, it's only 1 degree, but it leads you to quite a different place. And so, therefore, it sort of compounds and becomes exponential. And so, therefore, doing small little things around productive kindness starts you on this path where eventually you can get there. So the message is, no one is too big. No one is not able to make those changes, even if it takes a bit longer and even if it takes a bit more work. And so I think the important thing is we would ask, well, how do we do that 1%? Because in corporates and in large businesses, everything is run by policy. So how do we change the policy? Because a policy change is a huge change. And, I think it really comes back to the situation of in business, and I do love this. I keep on quoting Mike Stopforth on this, where he said, consider the business as a table. You can play on the table. You can't fall off the table. So there are guidelines. There's boundaries and parameters. But inside, you've got wiggle room. And so, would it be going against the policy to show humanity or empathy towards someone? I doubt it. And if we have enough humanity and enough empathy that builds up, eventually, the policy will automatically just have to change. And how do we show that humanity? Well, it's quite easy. We all hate our full email inboxes. But imagine if you used your email to recognize someone. Quick little email that says, saw what you did there, and I appreciate that you did it. or you did well, thanks for how you represented the team, or thank you for standing up for us as our leader. It costs absolutely nothing. It takes a couple of minutes, and it already is a form of kindness. The kind of kindness that starts building the kind of trust in a relationship that leads to and can sustain productive kindness. And what's in it for us? Well, initially, it's the Noddy badge, it's the feeling that the team is getting along better, but it actually spills over to revenue when we start seeing that things like psychological safety, which is brought about by productive kindness, actually increases so many of the metrics that the number crunchers want to see, right? Better safety records, better productivity, improved efficiencies, better collaboration, better service delivery, all of these things, because people feel safe in the environment that they work in. And so I hope that you in the next couple of days can find that one small thing that you can change, or that those around you can change, in order to ensure a little bit more productive kindness. And so I wish you a fond farewell. I look forward to seeing you with our new coffee companion for the week. Jenna has had a great run of 3 episodes. We had such a jam-packed conversation. And so we're ready with the next one for you for Friday. And that would be Margriet Maton. And watch out for the information on LinkedIn and Facebook on when we will be posting her content. And until next time, I hope that we are going to see you on YouTube. Remember to like, subscribe, and then pop that notification button so that you know when the next episode is ready. And then if we've got you on LinkedIn and Facebook, then we please would like you to like, comment, and share. And as always, let us know if there's a topic you'd like to take on, even if it's not related to productive kindness. And until the next time I see you, have an awesome week.